Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday morning. Sunday, fall, October morning. Hello. Of this place. Spirit is ready to go. Spirit's ready to go. Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's having a beautiful weekend. We love you so much. Let's clear the air. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hey, blue-eyed girl. Belle. Storm for God. Stormed for God. I like that. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Come on in. I'm just clearing the field. Come on in. I'll do one more. Let's get a little lightheaded. Good morning, everybody. Spirit just said Dave. I don't know if Dave is relevant. Hello, good morning. Oh my goodness, I am so happy to be here. My name is Patience. I am your favorite spirit medium, host of Spirit News on all major platforms. I was gonna say on podcasts. It is a podcast. It's on all major platforms. If you would like to have more structured, more segmented, more metaphysical information, that's where you can go. This is for more psychic development, more energy reading, learning how to read energy with my spirit team, the Guild of the Golden Triangle, Mish, Mirabelle, and Mantis. Hi, Rhoda Rudy. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Please come on in. We're very happy to use our gifts.
Through this lens, I catch details others might pass right by. Some might see a problem. I see two men taking care of what they love.
What is that?
It's every engine.
This just turned on by itself.
This moment, these drivers, they're seen under this hood.
I'm gonna turn it off. I don't even know what it is. Oh my god, that was so creepy. Wow, that was random, you guys. This ad just played, but there's no ad on the screen. That was so crazy. I wish I would have paid attention to what it was saying. I was just so caught off guard. Interesting. Very interesting. Did you guys hear that? Hello, everybody. Hi, Jess Boo. Good morning. Yeah, I think it might have been Taylor. Maybe something about making money, about commercialization, spiritual commercialization. Well, listen, I'm very happy to be here to use my spiritual gifts to try to get a higher perspective of things we don't understand. That's our goal here, to be of service. So we're very fortunate and very blessed and very grateful to use our gifts for good. I'm very excited to do that with the collective. I love coming here with you guys and seeing who's attracted to my energy, who's here to support, who's here to share energy. So that's very exciting. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I really appreciate all of the support we've been getting. It's been really fun. Can you guys see okay? Make sure you're hitting that like button, that subscribe button. We post every weekend. We post every Saturday and Sunday morning. We do a true crime and we do a celebrity read, or we try to. We'll do a random read here and there to read the energy if we're called to. But we're mostly using this platform guided by our spirit team to learn how to read energy. They're teaching me in real time how to do that. Everybody has the ability to be psychic. Everybody is psychic. Everybody. Everybody has an electromagnetic field. Everybody has that ability. So you can't hear me? I don't know if I believe you. Can someone tell me if they can hear me? Oh, thank you, Susie Q. Thank you so much. So everybody has the ability. Your electromagnetic field is what, thank you, Aaron, is what makes you, thank you so much. Thank you. Kryptonite's trying to trick me, but I got other people in here who are on my team. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. So just so you know, we're not doing this for you to do it like us. We're doing this to we're passionate about doing it because we want you to see that it's possible that you can develop your gift. It's like a muscle. It's just been atrophied, and if we put intentional perception on it and we ask our spirit team, that's the most important thing, asking your spirit team to help you with your spiritual gifts, to help you with your spiritual journey. Because from what we're learning, and I think this is relevant to the true crime we're going to tap into, to Taylor Casey's case, is that you cannot walk a spiritual path or know a spiritual path without the help of your spirit team. Your spirit team is meant to be there to help you with that. Otherwise you can have unimaginable. Otherwise, you can have things that can really distort your true path in the way that it's supposed to work, and it can alter the path you're on. Um, it the creator designed it so anyone who incarnates has a spiritual team, and that's the creator doesn't send you to earth or allow you to go to experience earth without guidance. Just like a parent wouldn't, let you walk into an amusement park without them by your side, or at least I hope they wouldn't. It's kind of like the same thing. So, we're learning in real time, and we put all of our knowledge that we gather, all of the data that we observe as a person who's learned the art of detachment through my spirit team, and we try to gather as much information as possible for you guys, for you to go through it, to sift through it, to put it into your archive, to have an understanding, not to do it like us, but to show you that there's someone who's doing it, and if they're doing it, then maybe I can do it too some way. And Spirit always says it's everyone's on their own journey, so your spiritual gifts are going to look different than mine. Some people who are activated in their abilities can smell color. Some people who are activated in their abilities can have really prophetic dreams, and some can have a clear audience. It comes through very differently for everyone. And so I think going into this reading, I think that that's something that should be said beforehand, because Taylor was on a spiritual journey and she went to a spiritual place to be able to have a spiritual experience and to be in that world, and to be a part of that community. And so I really want to shed light. Spirit said phone. Oh my God. Spirit said phone. That's so funny because the phone information for this true crimes case has been held back from the family. So it's very interesting that Spirit said that. I'm on a spiritual journey. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm happy for you. Make sure that you're asking for guidance from your spirit team, because your spirit team is going to be able to see things that you can't see. And once you go on a spiritual journey and you're clearing your field and you're jumping timelines through every choice you make, every positive, radical kindness choice you make, that jumps a timeline. Jump, jump, jump. And people in your life who are not ready to jump with you, they're going to shift, and you're going to need to know who's shifting, and you're going to need to know what they're doing, and you're going to need to know how they're affecting you, because they could, depending on who you are, or I'm not really sure how it works, like depending on who you are, but spiritual warfare is absolutely real, and I can 100% vouch for that because it was done to me. So jumpy jump jump. Oh, I love that. Jump 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 in those timelines. Yes, absolutely. So always make sure you're asking for help. Your spirit team cannot ask you for help if you don't invite it, or if you don't give permission. So it's the law of free will. It's a universal law, and there's something about that for this reading. So you guys, Taylor Casey, this is such a sad case, and just first and foremost, I want to say that I can't prove any of this in a court of law. This is for entertainment purposes only. I have to say that for legal reasons. I'm new to my psychic gifts, so I want to help. My ultimate goal is to be of service and to help bring some kind of closure, or any clues, or at least some kind of timeline or story, or perpetrators something forward that is unseen. And I can't tap into people who are alive because we don't have their permission, but I can talk to people who are crossed over. So, it's bittersweet, but I'm going to utilize the ability to do that to be able to help this energy. I want to heal it. I want to do my best to try to bring some answers forward. So maybe we can, I don't know, have a little bit of comfort. I know for sure that when you cross over, there's no pain, there's no worry, there's no anger, there's no negative emotions. It's always a positive, or at least from who I've talked to so far, it's always a positive outcome on the other side. Life after death. There's always life after death. Prince Pierce, when did you discover your gifts? Actually, I was a child psychic, and I stopped using my psychic gifts because it felt unsafe, because I had, in my family, I was told that it was demonic, and that kind of stuff was against God and stuff. So I didn't want to use them. I didn't want to talk about them. I tried to, but I was always like met with, you know, fear, I guess you could say. So I shut it down until about 4 or 5 years ago, where some traumatic incidences in my life kind of reactivated the gift, and I was led by my spirit team. It was like, either you let this overcome, either you let this experience keep you in fear, or you take this advice from us and you see that you can empower yourself with it and you can learn how to control it. And so I chose that choice. And it was a huge transition for me and everyone in my family. And but luckily I'm through that storm, and I'm in a peaceful place now with it. So I'm in a safe place where I can cultivate my relationship with human and spirit. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for asking. Okay, so Taylor Casey. We're doing Taylor Casey today. I did my little thing in the beginning, so for legal reasons. So, first of all, I just want to say that this person has a really bright energy. Honestly, they have a really bright energy, and there's like a little bit of almost like, it feels like a really philosophical, almost like optimistic kind of energy, a lot of ambition, a lot of awakening, a lot of almost like progress, a lot of intellect. Sometimes it feels like this person, Taylor Casey, may have been trying to use intellect to really understand themselves, and that could have been something that held them back a lot, like being in their thoughts a lot about who they are, about where they're at, about what they want to do. Not in a bad way, but always wanting to better themselves, having being really tough on themselves in that way, to want to conclusively, to want to be perceived as an intellect, as a equal. Okay, so there's something about that. Can see the future and the past, but can't see her eyebrows. Hey, this is the way God made me, and I'm just putting it all out. I have no problem showing you who I am, good and bad. And if you don't like me because of my eyebrows, then I don't know. That's just showing more about you than me, honestly. Who doesn't want to feel like that about themselves? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you much. So thank you so much for being here. There's like this weird nervous energy in her energy. I'm just gonna read briefly what the case is. You guys can definitely go watch. There's a lot of awesome true crime enthusiasts who have covered this case. I definitely recommend you go and watch them if you want to watch the whole thing. And so who this is Casey, Taylor Casey. She's from Chicago. She went missing in 2024. She went to the Svinanda Ashram Yoga Retreat in the Bahamas. She was 41 years old at the time and attending a month-long yoga teacher certification program. And as of now, she's still missing. Casey was last seen on June 19th, 2024, on Paradise Island in the Bahamas. She was reported missing the following day when she failed to attend her classes. Discovery of belongings in late 2024. Casey's iPhone, and Spirit said phone, Spirit just said phone, and journal were recovered from the ocean following a search by a dog. Her passport was not found. Investigation and family response. The police handling the Royal Bahamas Police Force is leading the investigation. In August 2024, Casey's mother, Colette Seymour, expressed frustration with the police handlings of the case, alleging racial disparity in response compared to other missing persons. And then they involved the FBI, and the family has requested the FBI to take over the investigation, citing dissatisfaction with the local police. The FBI has stated that the police is the primary investigating agency. Yoga retreat statement. The Svinanda Ashram Yoga retreat stated that they alerted authorities immediately after Casey's disappearance and have been cooperating with the investigation. Reward offered. There's a $10,000 reward for any information on Casey's whereabouts. I did put that in the thumbnail for both TikTok and for YouTube. So if you, for whatever reason, come across information, you can absolutely call the number that's there. You talk about my character for making a joke and you scam people daily. Zealot, I know that you must be hurting, or you must be very angry, you must be very upset about something. For you to come on here and try to elicit an emotional response. And I hope whatever you're going through, that you overcome. And I send you good energy and I send you love. And I would love for you to stay. But if you're going to be disruptive during Taylor Casey's reading, I'm going to have to get you out. Because I'm not going to disrespect somebody else's energy because you can't handle your emotions, okay? So I'll give you one more chance and you can stay. But if you disrupt again, I'm going to get you out, okay? I love you so much. So, other missing persons on yoga retreats. Another notable missing persons case related to the yoga retreat is that of Nancy Nig, it's just NG, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, a woman from California who vanished during a kayaking excursion in Guatemala in October 2023. So what's strange about this is that they received the phone, but they can't, and the FBI extracted the information from the phone, and yet they still won't give it to the family, which is very strange. So there's a lot of gatekeeping with information. There's a lot of this ashram also has a history of SA at this place. So I'm not saying that she was SA'd, but shouldn't you know that I'm supposed to be going through a time out of a fraud? I don't want to stay to watch a fraud scam vulnerable people. You need to do some. Okay, Zealot. I'm sorry, whatever you're going through, I don't understand, but I hope you overcome it. Goodbye. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Anthony. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. What are those called? They're called super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Alrighty, so it's a mystery, and the poor parents, the poor mother has no idea what happened to her child. Could you imagine your child goes off to learn about yoga, to become a yoga teacher, and never comes home? Like, oh my God, I could cry. That's awful. So, Taylor Casey, Holy Divine Spirit, would love to connect with Taylor. If you could connect me to Taylor with Archangel Michael. I'd absolutely love that. I invite Taylor Casey into my energy field with Archangel Michael for protection so we can get a higher perspective of her linear view. Thank you so much. All right, let's do it. Where should we go first? Okay. We'll do win, lose, or draw to see if we can just kind of gauge the energy. Make sure you're hitting that like button and that subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for the donations. We really appreciate it. Taylor Taylor Casey. I keep wanting to say Casey Taylor. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I almost forgot about the freaking song I got. Oh my gosh. Jiminy Crickets. So the song I got this morning, I woke up with it in my head. It's called Kirby. It's by an artist named Kirby, who's actually blowing up on TikTok, so I'm so happy for her. It's called it's called Nasty. It's called Nasty. It says, is you in our side or is you faking? Is you trying to leak our information? Is you a prophet or is you for profit? Is you for yourself or for the nation? It's just a toxic logic why you keep funking around. You so nasty, you get around. You so nasty. Use a lie, use a lie. Use a rat now, use a lie. You should sat down. Ooh, nasty. Is you trying to rid our education? Would you switch your race for the pay? Is you a Karen or is you just caring? Is you for yourself or the nation? It's just a toxic logic you keep funking around. Use a lie, use a lie, use a rat now. How you sleep, wipe your face now. Brush your teeth, why you so proud? How you sleep, wipe your face now. You sold your soul, toxic logic. Mm. Ooh, come through, Taylor. I was like, what? So there's lots of things in the song that are kind of coming through. So basically, she could be talking about doubtless. Thank you so much. She said doubtless. Skin and bone. She could be talking about this school. This school could be a scam, you guys. And if this school is scamming people, first of all, why do you have to go all the way to the Bahamas to become certified yoga teacher? I don't know. There must be something about this school that's supposed to be so prestigious. If it's so prestigious, then why does the creator of this school have a history? Well, he's crossed over since then, but he has a history of sexual assault. Okay, so that is not a good teacher. Okay, I don't think that once you cross that line, he's no longer a good teacher. And I don't understand why he still has a school. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, and it says, "Is you trying to rid our education? Would you switch your race for the pay?" Use a lie. So what I'm getting is that she may have went there with a certain expectation because it's supposed to be this prestigious school. And when she got there, she realized that this is not what I signed up for. There may have been there may have been things. Yeah, she was going there because she loves like I was saying, she was walking a spiritual path, or she was starting to, or she was interested in it. Yoga is known to activate certain it's supposed to loosen your body to receive more light within your body. And so when you do yoga, it is known that you can become activated when dreams turn to nightmares. I cannot make it up. So she was going there with a certain expectation that she was going to have a spiritual experience, that it was going to be something that was fun, something that would help her be. I'm sorry, my hair is distracting me. Something that was going to be positive. But when she got there, like the song is saying, she realized that it's a lie, that there's things going on that are very toxic, that is you a prophet or is this for profit? This is just a school that takes advantage of people. Like that person was saying hit the light, gotcha. Mr. Brad Boy, this gotcha thing. I don't I don't know what this gotcha thing is, but it's funny. I like it. It's funny. Thank you so much for the love. Who's blowing up on TikTok? Blowing up on TikTok? What do you bring to the table to make hit subscribe? Well, I'm so, whatever. I want it to be natural. Don't hit the subscribe button if you don't feel called to it. I just want you to do it if that's what makes you feel good. If you feel like you don't want to do it, if you're hesitant, don't do it. Don't do things that you're not sure about. So you don't have to hit the like button. It's just greatly appreciated so we can share energy, so we can be a community. That's why I want you to hit the like button, but you don't have to. So don't feel obligated to do it, okay? The bigger the hoop, the bigger the heart. I love that. That's so funny. Um, so she definitely went to the school with a high expectation. And when she got there, there may have been toxic things that she was clocking that she was actually putting, speaking about. Maybe other people are kind of like, delusional, like buying into it a little, like brainwashed. And she comes in with a different perspective. Like I was saying, she's very intellectual, and it says logic, and she's putting pieces together. She's looking at what's going on, and she's like, what's going on? That doesn't make any sense. That this doesn't feel good to me. Okay, this doesn't feel right. So she may have said something, and they may have approached her like, "Oh, you're a rat now? What, you gonna say something? You're gonna go off and you're gonna tell everybody what we really do here, something like that." Because she says, "You're a liar. You guys are liars. This place is a lie." And then they're like, "Oh, you're a rat," something like that. Are you trying to rid our education? You go to the school. I don't know what they're really doing. We're gonna find out, and we'll find out some players involved. But there's something that's toxic that she didn't want to be a part of, that she may have stood up about. Okay, and they may have, gaslit her. Like, what are you, a Karen? What are you gonna? What, are you a Karen? She's like, no, I just care about these people, and you scamming them, and I paid money to come here. So, and there's something about how you sleep, wipe your face, brush your teeth, why are you so proud? So there may have been like some like verbal, emotional abuse going on, to make her feel inadequate, to make her feel insecure, something like that. Something to make, when a person who encounters somebody who's revealing truth about them, what they'll do is they'll like put it off on you. Like you'll confront somebody about something that they're doing that's toxic, and they'll gaslight you, and they'll flip it and make it go on you, like you're the crazy one, you're the one, so something like that. I have skin and bones here, and I have hogwash. I have hogwash. So they may have not been feeding the people, or they may have been keeping food from her, or purposely like not letting her eat. Not letting her eat, which she was upset about. Hogwash, that's hogwash. Island hopping, and she was on an island. There may have been string along, dry as a bone, the handwritings on the wall. Yeah, this is a month-long retreat. So this is definitely, she's telling me it was something that was like gradual, and it wasn't like aggressive at first. It was definitely like a gradual, slow, kind of gaslighty. There's certain things, when you're not sure, it kind of feels like that, where like someone's passive aggressive and you clock it, but you're like, you try to think the best of it. That's what it kind of feels like. So it kind of started off slow. What's this island hopping? Something about island hopping. They are on an island on the Bahamas. So kill two birds with one stone. Oh, stop on a dime, string along. There might be something about someone using an opportunity to trick her in some way. Like, for instance, and I don't know if this is how it went down, but this is kind of like, I'm just going to say what I'm getting. Someone could have, she could have said something to someone about how it's hogwash, that they're treating her like this. She feels uncomfortable. She doesn't like it here. She wants to leave. This person may be in cahoots with the school or may be in this muscular system of this
Sex.
of the school. Seance. The fuck? Spirit just said seance. I hope the school is not doing seances. Please, please, Lord Yeshua. I hope that the school is not doing seances. Oh, we'll find out. Let me see. National Socialist. I don't know why you're obsessed with dishes. I don't know why you're obsessed with that. But I'm gonna get you out of here if you don't stop being disruptive. Okay? I'll give you one more chance. Yeah, that was weird, Erica said. I don't know why they're obsessed with the dishes. Taylor, are you saying this school was performing seances? Are you saying that a seance was performed at the school, that you witnessed it? Yes. What in the world? Why? We highly recommend you don't do seances. You don't need to do seances to talk to Holy Divine Spirit. Holy Divine Spirit is never gone. You just have to meet them halfway. If you're doing seances and Ouija boards, don't expect to find Holy Divine Spirit, honestly, because you will attract where you're at energetically. Okay, I just have to say that. So there may be something about her witnessing that. That may have been one of the things that she witnessed. Island hopping. Look daggers at.
Undeniably.
Look daggers at, undeniably. She could have looked at that and laughed, horse laugh. Look,
Xander.
Xander. Spirit just said Xander. I don't know if there's a Xander involved. I want to horse laugh. What does it mean to horse laugh? A laugh that sounds like a horse neighing. Right up your alley. Fish or cut bait. On the level. Oh, an eye for an eye. A sight for sore eyes. Have a finger in every pie. Low man on the totem pole. Yes, that's what I was getting. Okay. So she's telling me that, I don't know if she had a roommate or someone that she was close to, that she spoke to, that wanted to become a higher level or wanted to have an in, someone who's a yes man, someone who was watching her and reporting back to somebody.
Unthinkable.
Unthinkable. Yeah, someone that she trusted, someone that she never thought in a million years would do this to her, that would trick her, that would make her, there was someone she trusted. So she was confiding in someone she trusted. It could have been a, a roommate or something, some friend that she made there. But it was a low man on the totem pole, somebody who wanted to level up, somebody who may have like a awkward laugh or may have a lot of gums when they laugh, like a horse. It says horse laugh, so I don't know for sure, but they're definitely put up to spy on her and report back. She may have been telling them, I don't like it here. There's like weird things that happen here. I don't like the seances. That's weird. The handwriting's on the wall that this place is a lie. I don't believe in doing seances. I don't know if she was religious, or if, I don't know, or she just, didn't believe in that stuff. She's an intellectual, so she may have thought that stuff was like not her thing. Like she just didn't vibe with that. So she's like, why are we doing seances? We're supposed to be a yoga retreat. What is this? Something like that. National Socialists. I don't know what this is, but I'm getting you out. I've never seen somebody so obsessed with dishes. Okay, so it says kill two birds with one stone and island hopping. So I really get with that, and it says stop on a dime. So thank you, Taylor. So she may have been expressing how she wanted to leave to this person and how she's going to tell everybody about how they're hogwash, how they're liars, how, they're not, what they're surely, Spirit just said assuredly, what they're doing there. And so this person took this information and went back to whoever the leader is, whoever they report to. Okay, because they want to level up. They're a low man on the totem pole. They want to level up, and they think this is a way to level them up, to be a fly on the wall, to report back any information that they get that could be, used against this place. Which, you know, why do you want to be part of a place that is like this? I don't understand. I don't know why you'd want to level up at a place like this, but for whatever reason, that's what they thought would be the best for them. Kill two birds with one stone. Okay. So they had to stop it. So they went and they told somebody, and now, as I also have a finger in every pie in between jobs. Ants in your pants. Play your cards right. Eye for an eye. Four corners of the earth. Right up your alley. This person may have went back, told somebody, and then came back and said, and got instructions of what to do. Well, we need to get rid of them. If they're going to leave, we need to make it look like they wanted to leave, and they never need to be seen again, because we can't afford another controversial accusation to come out about us, or we're going to close. Because is you a prophet, or is you for profit? Because this place claims to be some yoga retreat, ashram, but really they SA people and they gaslight people and they do seances. I want to get deeper into that, see what the hell that's about. Because I'm sorry, there's no yoga retreat on earth that should be doing seances. Okay, that's ridiculous. Okay, so let's see what else. Taylor, please continue. Please tell me more. Hello, Edward. Good morning. A balance scale is perfectly balanced when there are 3 cans of beer on one side of the scale and 1 can of beer on 1/2 pound bar of gold on the other. Since all the cans of beer are exactly the same in weight, how much does 1 can of beer weigh? 1/4 pound. The solution becomes surprisingly simple if we determine what would happen by removing 1 can of beer from each side. We would have 1/2 pound bar of gold on one side and 2 cans of beer on the other. A balanced scale is perfectly balanced when there are 3. There could be 3 people involved that were trying to balance the scales here. They could have been offered some kind of monetary value to weigh the scales out to get rid of 1. It says, how much does 1 can of beer weigh? They could have needed 3 people to carry this person, to carry Taylor. They could have been offered some kind of money to do this, to help balance the scales. Who are these people? Tell me who these people are. I don't know. Should I use these? A wealthy man. A wealthy man. Yeah, there could have been a man, possibly someone who runs a school, somebody who receives a lot of money for running the school, someone he was in a relationship with or having a courtship with, a lover, one of the students he could have possibly been a lover with. Or, oh, I'm sorry, that's the third. Oh, I gotcha. It's a wealthy man and two people that are courting each other. So that's three. That's three people. Because they were offered a gift. They were offered a gift. Coffin. Again, I'm making up. They're offered a gift to do this. Because this man's a thief. And they needed to get rid of a mature woman that was going to leak what really happens in this place. So let me write that down. It's three people. It's two men and a woman. One woman. A wealthy man, so it could be somebody who runs a school, somebody who, is in charge of the money of the school or receives money from the school. And then a courtship of two students that were having some kind of relationship. And wait, what did I read that? Is that in the song? There's something in the song. Oh yeah, you so nasty, you get around, you so nasty. So, someone in this courtship could be a teacher, somebody who sleeps with every student. I don't know if it's a male teacher or a female teacher, but they sleep with a lot, they're known to sleep around. So somebody who's very promiscuous with new students that come in, because this is a month-long retreat for a yoga certification. So they could possibly, with every yoga, certification, sleep with a number of the people that come in. Okay, so those are our players right there. Those are the people involved. Tell me what happens in this school. We'll do our stare cards. Okay, we'll see if we can get a visual. Taylor, the hell? These people could have been offered money by this wealthy man to do this, to get rid of her, because one of them's a spy. One of them was reporting back Taylor's feelings that she was expressing, but Taylor thought she could trust this person. Taylor thought that this person was, her friend or something. So she was expressing how this place is hogwash, this place is a lie, this place is bullshit, okay? Oh, thank you so much for sending the gift. Mac, I'm not practicing witchcraft. Maybe you should go educate yourself more on what that is. Thank you. Okay. Wow. Fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So if you guys can see, this picture is portraying this little bear with his green little leaf, kind of like Caesar, Emperor Caesar. Someone who thinks that they're an emperor, someone who thinks they should be worshipped, doted on, hand and foot. Look at all the people, look at all the animals around them. Somebody who demands obedience, someone who gets fed grapes and gets fanned with leaves. People look at this person like they're some kind of like on a pedestal, like they can do no wrong. They do whatever this person says. This person has these people brainwashed, okay? They think that he's some kind of exalted person of power that has some kind of influence or some kind of supernatural abilities. He doesn't, okay? He's, yeah, look at this. This is what he expects, okay? This is what he expects. He expects to be living the life. He's a child. He's an immature child. He's basic. He wants to have riches. He wants to have people brush his teeth for him. He wants people to wipe his ass for him.
Jailhouse.
Yeah, he belongs in jail. He belongs in prison because of what he does. He's a child, another
Major
child,
trauma.
another child. Okay? This person who runs this school is a fraud. Okay? And they're doing something that's scammy, that steals people's money, that he makes people think that he's some kind of exalted yoga instructor or something. People pay lots of money to go get certified at his scam of a place. Oh, oh my gosh, I have right here Skin and Bones. And look at this. There's a chef in the kitchen. So there's something about yogurt instructor. Herp derp. Goodbye. My mom spends her free time explaining knockoff tarot cards. What about you? We don't use tarot cards. I don't know what that is. Um, so there's something about the food. Something about withholding food, and whatever food is made, there could be something in it. There's something in the food that they put in the food. I don't know if it's hallucinogens or, you know what, let me ask. Let me ask some yes or no. Oh, sorry. Ah, the whatever's in this food could make people feel lightheaded or make them feel off. Can you guys hear me? I think I turned the volume down on this mic. Can you hear me? Should I turn it up? On TikTok, can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, I'll have one of you tell me if you can hear me because I think I accidentally. Okay, thank you so much, Teresa. Hi, Hunter. Hi, Philip. Okay, let me ask some yes or no questions. Taylor, what about this food? Are you telling me that they put something in the food? Yes. When you would eat this food, would you feel off when you ate the food? Yes. Were they putting drugs in the food? No. What were they putting in the food? They were putting something in the food. Yes. Do you know what they were putting in the food? Yes. Okay, so I gotta dig deeper for that because I don't know if it's not drugs. I don't know what they're putting in the food, but it's something. What does this food do to you when you eat it? And that's why she didn't want to eat Skin and Bones. That's why she didn't want to eat Skin and Bones because she knew that something was being put in the food by this person, this wealthy man who's in charge of the oh my gosh, are you fucking kidding me? Okay, so I'm getting a couple things, and I'm just gonna say everything I'm getting. So for one, black and white tiles, tuxedo suit, that refers to some kind of secretive order, being part of an order or some kind of cult of some kind, okay? A cult-like thinking, a cult-minded group of people that have similar beliefs and act them out, okay? That's a cult. Definitely a cult of some kind. Something that's done in secret, something, and it said balance, and black and white always refers to the balance of good and evil, so something about that. Some kind of group, and it could be something about animals, because there's a bunch of animals on this card, there's a bunch of animals on this card, and these two cooks are animals. But then, this is a child. I have two children. So there's something about a very immature leader that dabbles in some kind of weird, secretive, cultish like behavior. I don't know if she was a vegan or a vegetarian. She didn't want to eat meat, or they wouldn't honor her eating restrictions or something like that, or in the food was some kind of weird odd meat that she didn't want to eat.
In a clash.
Okay? Something like that. Do you ever think about life and lie down and think about life and then you realize life reminds you of life? Life is lifing, CJ. Life is life. Okay. Tell me more about this cult. Oh, that's too many, honey. Hmm. So there's something about the food. I'm telling you, there's something about the food. She may have witnessed, or it may have been one of the tactics used to withhold food, or she may have complained about the food because they weren't honoring her eating restrictions, or she said she didn't like it, or something like that, and someone reported back. There's something with the food. It's really nagging at me. Ants, worker ants. She may have been punished for saying that she didn't like the food and the food was withheld from her, but because she said she didn't like it. So they may have, so the worker ants of this group, because there are people who are willing to do whatever this person says to to level up in this group, may have taken food from her. They were starving her. They may have been using that. Oh my gosh, that's sick. I don't know if this is true, but this is what I just heard. They may have been, using an excuse like, well, you're not ready for food. She may have,
Exploring belief systems.
yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Spirit just confirmed. They may have been, this person who's exalted, who thinks that there's some kind of guru or yogi or something, may have made up some kind of ridiculous rule to gaslight her because she said she didn't like the food. Because she said I don't know if she's vegan or vegetarian, there's something about that. They wouldn't comply with her food restrictions. And so he took that as an opportunity to abuse her. And he could have told the workers, we'll take her food away. We'll show her, and then he may have presented it to her as some kind of spiritual enlightenment tool, to not eat or something, Well, if you want to reach enlightenment, then you have to fast. Okay, it's about fasting. But this person Taylor may have never even fasted before, but it wasn't true. It was a lie. It was really just to show her who's boss. You want to complain about our food? Well, look at this. It's very sick. Very sick. What else, Taylor? Tell me more. Another little boy reference.
Tools.
Tools. Yeah, exactly. This immature, high exalted yogi, self-proclaimed yogi master is a child, is a immature boy child who uses spiritual practices as excuses to he makes up spiritual practices that are supposed to be like for your spiritual development and packages it as like he's giving out spiritual advice for your advancement, but really he's making it up as he goes. He's a child. He's an absolute immature child that's abusive, that's cult minded, that if you think differently, if he doesn't have a hold of you, if you're somebody he wait and see, thank you. If he recognizes that you're not adhering or being obedient, then he targets you and he finds ways to make you feel uncomfortable, okay? until you either comply or I don't know what. Okay.
Addict.
Addict. Spirit said he's an addict. Here's some students right here. The students say, "How old are you, Byron?" 34. The test was hard, but I did fine. I should have studied a bit harder. Yeah, so she was telling, she was confiding in the other students, like, these tests are hard, like, I don't understand what these tests are. I don't understand how starvation is going to get me spiritual enlightenment. I don't understand how eating this, something that's horrible is going to get me spiritual enlightenment. I don't understand how sleeping with people and having, they could have been having orgies or something like that is going to get me spiritual enlightenment. She could have felt forced to do these things. She could have felt like she was being pressured to do things she didn't want to do. And there's a woman. I think the person she confided in was a woman. This person knows something and they're taking the information from other students. She's a spy. She spies, and to level up, because she's a low man on the totem pole in this cult, to get notoriety or to get attention from this self-proclaimed yogi, she takes things that students say and anything at all, and she reports it back to the yogi master. Okay. And Taylor was expressing that these tests seem ridiculous. Like, I'm doing these tests and I don't understand why we have to do these things. I should have studied a bit harder. And then there's other people who are like, I should have worked harder. Maybe they're being gaslit about how they're not, and they're also drinking juice. So there may have been some kind of juice that they were forced to drink when they were not eating. There's something about them being forced to not eat. Oh my gosh, there's still something about cooking. I cannot make it up. I don't know what this. The keeper of secrets. There's something in the food. And she really wants me to touch on this because I have 4 things about food right now. It's not drugs. They're not eating food, but what's in the food? Can I find that out? What's in the food? Damn, what's in the fucking food? I don't know. Where should I go? Let me see. I'll try these. Taylor, why are you obsessed with the food? What's in the food? Drink more water. I told you they were forced to drink something. The law of attraction. It may have been under the guise of some kind of spiritual development. You're going to attract more abundance if you follow my strict, eating and drinking rules. Tell me more about this food. What is it about the food? There's also something about sexual relationships there. Sexual relationships being, is she a vegetarian? Yeah, Teresa. I think she may have some eating restrictions that she was punished for. A couple people that were punished for it. Because I have skin and bones. It was almost like they were withholding food from her and under the disguise that it's for spiritual development, but it was really to punish her because she was also complaining about how this is a scam and these things don't seem like they're supposed to be, a way to spiritual enlightenment. There's something about, this is for your own good. Look at this scam artist. He's like, this is for your own good. Look, the writing's on the wall. I have that right here. The writing's on the wall. Where is it? I have it. I know I do. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, I know I have the writings on the wall somewhere. Okay, it's not important, I guess. But I do have it. It's under all these cards. But the writings on the wall, there's, this is for your own good. This is for your development. This is what you pay me for, some weird shit like that. Energy vampires. Energy vampires. Yeah, they were doing something. I don't know if I have cards to find out what's in the food. I'm trying. Maybe cards for humanity? We'll do cards for humanity. I think we do the black ones first, and then we'll do the white ones for the answer. Taylor, what's in the food? I'm trying. What's in the food, honey? When I was tripping on acid, having a dream about peeing and then actually peeing, a soulful rendition of Old Man River. I turned, when I was tripping on acid, having a dream about peeing and then actually peeing turned into a soulful rendition of Old Man River. I thought there wasn't any drugs in the food. Something that altered her perception. Something that distorted her perception, that made her think one thing, but it was another. Having a dream about peeing and then actually peeing. Oh my God. I think that they may have been taking hallucinogens, or there was something. I don't know if I can get down to what it exactly was that was in the drink or food, but whatever it was supposed to have people have an altered perception. She may have died when she was tripping on whatever she ingested. She may have she may have thought it was a dream. She may have went out to the water or something and was drowning, and she thought it was a dream, and she just continued to drown. A soulful rendition of Old Man River, and then they had to cover it up, because how would it look if you're at a yogic retreat doing acid or whatever they ingested and a person dies on it because they weren't being watched properly or something? Oh my God. Studies show that lab rats navigate mazes 50% faster after being exposed to magic. Get the fuck out of here. Are you fucking kidding me? What was in the food was spell work. Somebody's fucking doing spell work on this island. This fucking guru, fucking asshole, yogi, fucking ass face. This guy is. Tell me about this guy. Tell me what you can tell me about this guy, this yogic master, okay? Studies show he may have been doing some kind of weird experiments on these students with spell work, where he's having seances and he's putting, I don't know what you put in food. Let's see if we can Google it. I don't know if we can Google it, but I'm gonna try. I don't know what'll come up. Um, I don't even know how to put that. Like, spell work in your food? I don't know. I'm gonna try it. Spell work for food. Oh my gosh, it said Star Wars. Oh no. Oh my gosh, my computer's acting up. My computer's acting so crazy. Spell work for food. food spells. A practice of incorporating intentions and magic into cooking through specific ingredients, rituals, and focus. Kitchen witchery. Are you kidding me? Ceremony. Consume the food in a mindful or ceremonial way, acknowledging the magic you have put into it. Oh my god, that's wild. Here on Reddit, beginner here, can you put spells on food and water? You can enchant, charge, spell almost anything you can think of. Daily life spells like these are actually a great way to build a. No, they're not. That's a lie. Start with simple spells like stirring morning affirmations in your coffee. Spellbinding guide to cooking like a witch. What do black magic witches use in the food of victims? Voodoo witches cast spells on their victims' food to cause them to die. Studies show that lab rats navigate mazes 50% faster after being exposed to spell work. They put something in her food that was supernatural, that made her feel like she was in a dream about peeing and then actually peeing. She could have went out into the water unexpectedly. They might not have even expected her to venture off. Finally, a service that delivers, not knowing what a triangle is, right to your door. There may have been symbols around the school that would have symbolized some kind of weird sigils to whatever they practice, but she may not have known that that's what it was. But it may have been weird to her. She may have just looked at it like it was just a decoration or something. Because these people do seances and they do weird like orgy things and they like do weird, I don't know, something. I drink to forget. I drink to forget what? To forget not doing my homework. During his midlife crisis, my dad got really into pronouns. Oh my god. You guys, this is a transgender woman, and it just says pronouns. Why can't I sleep at night? Sucking at sports. They may have targeted her also because here's the church, here's the steeple. Open the doors, and there is a savage. This person who runs the school needs to be arrested and they need to be investigated because this person is not doing what they say they're doing. They're under some kind of illusion that they're some kind of yogic spiritual master because they do seances and they run experiments on their students with spells and stuff, and they try to get them into some kind of weird altered state to make them more easily accessible to alter their mind. And they're a savage though. They think they're some kind of leader of a church or something, but really they're judgmental, and they may have targeted her because she's transgender, a transgender woman, and they may have felt like she was beneath them, and there's some kind of something about her not falling for whatever bullshit that they were feeding her, and she may have drank something she drank. She didn't want to eat the food, but the way that this person infiltrates these people's minds to brainwash them is through the food. He puts some kind of spell work in the food to, like, I don't know. I don't know what that would be. I'm not a witch. I don't do things like that, but according to all of these Reddits and Quora and Google, there's ways that you can put things in food to hurt people, to make people think things, to make people think they're in a dream. Spiritual warfare, okay? That's why, that's how they get people to keep coming to this school, even though there's so many allegations against them. Why would people keep going if everybody knew that this school is horrible? Nobody would go anymore. Nobody go to this school. This school is a lie. Whoever runs this school is a scam artist. He's a child. He thinks that he's so powerful or something, but he's really just what's that smell? He could be smelly. He might not be into taking showers. There's something about him, a cow that farts cows. A cow that farts cows. He's very smelly. Like literally he could be smelly. But also spiritually he could be smelly. He could give off some kind of odor because of all of how stupid the teacher is. How stupid the teacher is. Yeah. Archaeologists now believe that ancient Egyptians worshipped, oh Jesus, what? Dad's anger management problems. Yeah, this guy is not a yogi, okay? He's got anger problems. He's immature. He has a huge ego. He thinks that he's the most powerful being on the planet. He takes advantage of people. He possibly sexually assaults them. He makes himself like he's Martin Luther King or something, but he's not. And he was prejudiced against Taylor because she's black, she's transgender, and she's telling you that you suck. You know, she's telling you you suck at this. What did I pay for? You know what I'm saying? So there's something that she may have drank something because I have skin and bones, which tells me that she possibly wasn't eating. She possibly could have had either eating restrictions that they wouldn't accommodate, or the food that they were eating was making her sick or feel yucky because of the spell work that was on it, and she didn't want to eat it anymore. And when she started complaining to her roommate or whoever this girl is who is sleeping with one of the teachers, who pillow talks with the teacher, and then the teacher reports back to the guru or the yogic master, whatever the fuck his name, whatever the fuck, he didn't like that because of the spying and what she was saying to the person she trusted. He realized that this is a liability. We're going to have to do something, but she's not eating the food. So they tricked her into having a little meeting to talk about, how they feel about the school with her and another student. So they were sitting around the table drinking a drink which had something in it. And that something could have been either poison, or it could have been a spell work, or it could have been something, but she could have ventured off trying to escape under some kind of influence. She was dizzy. It said acid, but it could have just been discombobulating. And she could have walked into the water and didn't realize she was walking into the water, and she could have drowned. And then once she drowned, they got to get rid of the body. That's possibly why she had her phone and her passport on her, because she was trying to escape, but she was under some kind of influence, whether that be spiritual or poison or drug, whatever. You take your pick. But she was trying to escape. This yogic teacher worships something. They worship something that's I don't know. I don't know what the hell they worship, but I do have archaeologists now believe that ancient Egyptians worshipped something, and I know that this is a yogic teacher that performs seances and that relies on some kind of spell work or some kind of drugs or some kind of hypnotism or mind control, something like that. So we definitely need to investigate that school. That school should be under investigation. Why would the police you know what? Let me ask yes or no. Does the police get paid to keep under wraps anything bad that happens at that school? Yes. Do they have a monetary interest in hiding anything that goes wrong at that school? Yes. Is it because they're getting paid under the table to keep the secrets of anything that goes wrong at the school? Yes. That's why the investigation's not moving forward, because that school gets paid a lot of money. That school gets paid a lot of money to have people go there, and they pay people of influence on the island to keep their secrets if anything goes wrong, because this person runs experiments, some kind of spiritual experiments on the students, and brainwashes them into believing that he's some kind of god or something, or that he's some kind of exalted spiritual person. Okay, so this person needs to be investigated. There's something wrong here. This needs to absolutely go into the FBI. For some reason the FBI doesn't want to touch it. Why doesn't the FBI want to touch it? Why doesn't the FBI want to touch it? I want to be a queen, stating your sovereignty, declaring freedom, passing a test. In reverse. Please clarify. Maybe they're putting spell work on the FBI. Yeah, who in the world are you? Yeah, they could possibly be putting spell work on the FBI to not look into it, to not look further, to not want to be part of it, or something like that. Tell me more about that. Or maybe, I don't know, I don't want to say maybe. Tell me about it. Describe a time you were too afraid to tell someone how you really felt. What do you think happens after you die? Someone may have had their life threatened. Or maybe they feel like their life will be over if they admit that they made a mistake. Who has a better social life? Tell us about a time you got into a heated argument. When did your relationship with another player take a turn and grow stronger? Maybe they were offered money as well by this school. You know, there's money. Money is so evil for some people. Who is higher maintenance? What story from your life comes to mind when you hear replacement? Who do you think regularly pees in the shower? Another pee reference. What was your favorite family gathering as a child? And another eating reference. Who's the messiest eater? If you only had 24 hours left to live, what would you do? And I also have who would be more likely to cheat on a test, and who would you never want to have as a boss? Yeah, this school definitely pays people off. Okay, they definitely pay people off, and they definitely have their hands in a lot of things. They could potentially even help in some capacity for other, I don't know in what way, but it could be like something about spell work. You know, this person who runs this school is really into that, or into something like that. It's definitely part of some kind of order. They could be connected by some kind of order. There could be potentially people in the FBI and in the police that are part of this fraternal order, that are binded by some kind of contract to maintain the image, to keep safe the image of the school. Otherwise, they don't get paid. They don't get paid. If the school don't make money, if the school closes, they don't get paid. So they have a high interest in making sure that nobody talks about what goes on at the school. Okay? So oh my gosh, I don't know why people are so obsessed with my nose. This is just the way God made me, you guys. If you can't accept my nose, my eyebrows, me, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. I still love you though. So this school definitely indulges in some kind of spiritual, low vibrational spiritual practices. They use the students as a way to harvest energy or to receive some kind of money from them, and then they do some kind of experiments on them or something. Third house perception. Yeah, there's definitely something excursions, yeah. There's definitely discussion surrounding this place, a lot of accusations, a lot of whispers, a lot of gossip about this place. People on the island know that people disappear from this place, but because they have such a high influence with money, they use money as a way to barter, to keep people under their wing. But there's definitely something about some kind of video evidence, because I have a camera here, about the three people. So I don't know if, you know, there's any kind of surveillance or something like that. There's definitely something there that's on film about them either dragging this person to the water, or there's something about how they ingested something that made them feel off. They may either they walked into the water themselves, or they had to like get them under control and they passed out, or they knocked them out and then they had to carry them to the water, and then something, they had them drowned or something. I'm not sure. Experimental. I cannot make it up. Experimental. There's something with the leader that may be going wrong. He may be experiencing, or he may be showing a lot of irritation. He may be very moody. He may be very angry at this time. He may be showing lots of emotional upheaval. He may actually like be going crazy. It's because of all the spell work. It's the energy we're in. There's no, people who do this stuff are going to be looking that way at this time. Complexity. Yeah, it irritates because there's something that is a contradiction with him. He's clashing with everyone. He's missing the mark. Um, Taylor wasn't buying into his bullshit. And so she was putting the puzzle pieces together, and she was realizing that, there may have been times where she didn't drink the food and other people did, and she noticed something weird that was going on. They may have like went out and gone into like orgies, and she's like, what the hell? And she didn't like that, and she was the only one who wasn't in the orgy or something, because there's something that he claims to do, that some occult, like occult knowledge or something. He claims to have like untapped abilities or something. This is a cult, you guys. This is a cult. The school is a cult. Okay. And she was wise to it. She didn't want to be a part of it. And so they had to create some kind of plan, because she was creating a plan to leave, and she was going to tell everybody that this school is a scam, and most people drink the food and eat the wine, or I'm sorry, eat the food and drink the wine. And so they get brainwashed by this person, and they want to be part of the totem pole. But this person had to cut loose ends, basically. So she wasn't eating the food because she realized that there was something wrong with it. She didn't want to take part in the studies because there were weird things going on. She didn't want to do the seances. So she was refusing to participate. And that made her a liability. And that's why she had to go. So there's three people, possibly a Cancer. I have Cancer here. It doesn't have to be, but someone who may have came to them with a nurturing energy, like I said, like a roommate or a friend that she confided in, where she would trusted them, or she never in a million years would have thought they were playing both sides. But she's sleeping with a teacher, and the teacher reports back to the guru, and so she's telling this person, this place is a scam. We should leave. I don't feel good here. I have a bad feeling about this place. This place isn't what I thought it was. But she knows that the phones are tapped. She knows she can't talk about it on the phone. She doesn't feel safe. And so the girl, the friend, tells the person she's sleeping with, she says she wants to leave. She's talking about how, this and that. She's going to go tell people about, what the guru's doing. And then the teacher goes and tells the guru, she knows what you're doing. She hasn't been eating the food, so she's not on board with what the plan. And then he says, well, make a moment to have a drink with her. Come like you want to talk about it, like you want to be, supportive, and pretend to be supportive and have her drink this. Here, put this in her drink. Something like that. Ugh. How can we heal it? How can we heal it? How can we heal it? Thank you so much, Taylor, for telling us. There's things in her phone, there's things in the surveillance, but the police will not allow anyone to see the surveillance or see the things in the phone. So I don't know what can happen beyond that, but the reason they're keeping that stuff is because she documented something that happens there, and it's on her phone, and whatever she documented is a liability to this cult. This cult, this thing, this cult, whatever this is, has their hands in many different things. The FBI, the police, they receive money to make sure that this school never closes down. Okay? Message of freedom in reverse. Yeah. I told you she was going to leave. She was going to leave. She was trying to gain freedom. Star family, you're part of a team of souls. Call and support in reverse. Yeah, they wouldn't let her leave. She wasn't allowed to leave. She wants everyone to know that she's calm now. She's not in pain. It wasn't her. There was no physical pain. She regrets going. She she wants forgiveness from her parents, from her mom. She should have read the signs. She wishes she didn't go. Inner Earth, you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. She's telling her parents that, don't linger. Don't linger in this. Know that, I didn't go. I didn't go the way I thought I would go, and this is a learning opportunity for everybody to take my experience as a learning opportunity that you can't trust everyone who claims to be some yogi master. Just because they claim that and they have a fancy, expensive school with a month-long curriculum doesn't mean that they're meant to do that. It doesn't mean that they're safe. It doesn't mean that they're supportive. It doesn't mean that they love you. And before you buy into things like that, wait. Yeah, wait. Before you buy into things like that, wait. Ask your spirit team. Ask your spirit team, is this something that's meant for me? Is this something that I should do? And wait a few days on it. Show me signs that this school is the right path I should take. Show me 3 cardinals a day for 6 days if this is the right path for me. And if your spirit team does not show you, then you know that that's not what is meant for you. Double mission, light worker, star seed, serve the world by being you. Oh, her death will not be in vain. Her death is going to show the world through this reading, through her message, that not everyone who claims to be a guru is, and we shouldn't be going to these retreats and these things that claim to know all knowing power and have connection with spirit, but they're doing seances and spell work. That's not God. God doesn't need you to kill animals for them. God doesn't need you to put spells on people for them. You don't need to do any of that. You don't need to do rituals. The only rituals and ceremony you need to do is of gratitude, as of love, as of joy, as of thanking God for everything you have. That's the only ritual you need to do. You don't need to do spells. You don't need to drug people. You don't need to take hallucinogens. All you need to do is just be quiet, sit in silence, and ask your spirit team for help. That's all you need to do. So this was, unfortunately, we lost a star seed, but in the loss of her physical life, we get to see through her experience, how it can be different and how we can use her experience for ourselves to discern who's actually walking in divine energy. These leaders, these celebrities, these people of influence are not walking in divine energy, and we should not be following them to the ends of the earth, believing that they're some kind of exalted divine being, because they're not. Okay? Doesn't God ask for sacrifices from people and animals? The only sacrifice you need to make is discipline, self control, time, taking time out to be thankful, taking care of your body, leaving behind processed foods, eating healthy. Those are the sacrifices you make for to show God that you appreciate this life, that you appreciate this vessel, that you love being here. Those are the sacrifices you have to make. You don't have to hurt anybody. You don't have to, sacrifice other people or animals, nothing like that. Love. Yes, love is the key. Love is the answer. Love you. She's saying that if she loved herself, and if she truly stopped thinking about being accepted by people, and she just accepted herself the way she is full-heartedly, she wouldn't have felt the need to go to this school to fill a void that she was trying to fill, to be part of something that she thought would accept her. She thought going to a spiritual retreat she would be accepted, but she was ostracized because she was different, and she was made to feel even more worse. And she thought she was going there, she was chasing something to make herself feel better about herself, unfortunately. And that's what she's telling us. If she had just loved herself and accepted herself the way she was, she wouldn't have felt the need to go there to be validated. She thought a spiritual community would validate the way she feels about herself. 3737. And that's just not the way it goes. You have to feel good about yourself first, and then you will attract and bring things to you that match that energy. But if you go out searching thinking that you're going to find acceptance in certain groups or people or relationships, then you're going to be disappointed, because it's not up to people or spiritual people to understand you. You need to be comfortable within yourself so you don't go chasing that feeling of fulfillment. You need to feel it first. And the only way to do that is through discipline, self-control, by taking care of yourself, self-love, taking care of your body, taking care of your emotions, understanding yourself. That's the only way. And that's what she's saying. So her death wasn't a loss. She's showing us that there's potential in everything, and you have to bring it out of yourself. You don't need a guru to tell you that you're good enough, because this guru is not good enough. This guru's gonna have a lot of things to overcome. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Taylor. I appreciate you. Thank you for the messages. We love you so much. We hope that this brings some kind of closure and peace, since, the people who have a responsibility to bring justice to situations like this are being paid off. So you're not going to get closure from them, because they benefit from the school staying open, and they're also going to receive karmic consequences for that, because you can't do that. You can't turn a blind eye because you get paid, and to horrible things that are happening to people. So hopefully this message sends ripples out to the right people who need it to shut the school down, or to at least put it under investigation. Don't give your money to this school. The school is not for you. It's not for anybody. All right? We love you so much. Thank you so much for being here with us. We are so grateful. If you can share this video to get it to as many people as possible, to share the news about this school and about, an unfortunate event at the school, then the more the merrier. All right? We love you so much. We'll see you throughout the week on our TikTok, and we'll see you next weekend. Same time, same place, every Saturday and Sunday. We love you. Good night. Goodbye. Good morning, wherever you are. Bye.